A new report from the Sandra Day O'Connor Institute for American Democracy finds that nearly 80% of civics teachers are self-censoring their classroom content. The reason? Fear of controversy and backlash. Joining us now is Liam Julian. He's Vice President of Programs and Public Policy at the O'Connor Institute for American Democracy. It's good to see you again. Thanks for joining us.
Nice to be with you.
Yeah, let's talk about the title kind of says it all. Why are teachers uncomfortable teaching civics?
Yeah.
What's going on out there?
Well, there are three components that we can talk about, but I want to just emphasize civics teachers are uncomfortable teaching civics. This is shocking. I mean, we're somebody to say math teachers are uncomfortable teaching math. Can't wrap your mind around that, but this is the case in civics classrooms today. Teachers tell us they lack preparation, they lack guidance about what to teach and what they can teach, and then they lack support from their school and district leaders should something go amiss.
And I want to talk about those headings there if you can. But when you talk about teaching civics, some people don't even know what civics means.
Yep. Yeah, so you think about an American government class or American history, sometimes economics is part of it. Really, it's a class that deals with the rights and responsibilities of what it means to be an American citizen.
And we got self-censorship here because of fear of backlash, controversy, these sorts of things. Is that just simply because of the nature of American society right now?
I think it's part of where we are, absolutely. I think teachers are aware that today there are potentially consequences, not just professional but personal, that can come from a misstep. And so they're quite aware of that. And they're sort of tailoring their instruction accordingly.
How so?
What we hear from teachers is that in many cases they're tiptoeing around subjects that they think might be controversial. And in some cases, walking back entirely from opening up classroom discussion about those sort of controversial issues, which I would say is core to a civics class to sort of teach that civil discourse skill.
I think in the report, the quote is a narrowing of instruction and a loss of rigor. That's what you're talking about, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, it's sort of a walking back of sort of the sort of hands-on kind of instruction, almost sort of taking refuge in sort of not to say that, how American government works is not important, certainly it is, but that's just the start of what a robust civics class should be.
And I would imagine that kind of leads to the finding that teachers feel unsupported.
Well, yes, teachers basically say that they are aware that were something to go awry, a student were to get upset, a parent were to make a phone call, it makes the news, they're talking about it on Horizon, they're going to be hung out to dry. They're going to take the blame, and their school or district leaders will not support them in that instance.
Are there examples of this? Is there evidence of this?
There certainly are. I mean, this is a survey we conducted, was a national survey of teachers from around the country, experienced civics educators. So we just listened to what they said. But yeah, certainly examples can be found of this.
Report also found that teachers feel underprepared. What does that mean?
Well, it's interesting. You got to keep in mind a lot of these teachers are millennials and Gen X. They themselves didn't actually have civics in school. In their teacher preparation programs, they tell us they don't get it there either. And they also don't get the pedagogical training that will allow them to sort of feel confident facilitating conversations about these tough topics.
So insufficiently trained, I would imagine, on what to say and how to say it as well. I mean, there's the training of the actual facts and figures. There's also training in communicating those things.
Content and skills training is lacking. Yep.
And that's what you're seeing in this report. Okay.
That's right.
I saw in the report also that there are lack of, teachers say that they don't find models that they can look at or best practices they can look at. Is that again because so many of them come from a background where civics was second thoughts?
Yeah, and so we actually interviewed a lot of these teachers to try to put out there some of the best practices that they had found just through experimentation was working in the classroom. And we actually found some that were common throughout our survey, one of which, very interesting, was to ground conversations in primary sources, especially founding documents from, say, 100 or 200 years ago. Does several things, lowers the temperature. We're not having a classroom conversation about the news. We're having a classroom conversation about a debate that we've had historically in this country for hundreds of years. And it also shows students this is not new. We've debated these ideas since the beginning of this country. It's core to who we are. And that reframing, I think, is very valuable for students and for young people today. So
Yeah, looking back, it's like this is how we got here, and maybe this is a little bit of part of how we got, but we're still watching an old film, in other words, instead of something in color and more modern.
that's
sort of
right.
thing.
Yeah.
I noticed in the report it also mentioned that civics lacks a common purpose.
Yeah. I mean, this is problematic because it gets back to the guidance piece. A civics teacher in a classroom today, which version of civics am I supposed to be teaching?
Yeah,
I mean, they need to know specifics. And when they don't have those specifics, what do? They walk it back for obvious reasons. It shouldn't take courage to teach a civics class, and that's what it takes today.
Do they walk it back, or do they start going into their lanes and start maybe a little bit of the personal comes out where necessarily it shouldn't?
Yeah, and this is another thing that can happen is when you lack that guidance, that's when you get these sort of accusations that this teacher is teaching what he or she believes rather than what civics should be. And maybe that teacher just is doing his or her best, but lacks that sort of guidance. But you're exactly right. It opens the door to that.
Yeah. So with all this, everything that we're talking about here, the benefits of a civic education, I mean, the benefits of learning about civics, is it dwindling?
I would suggest that we need it now more than ever. I would say that a civics education that teaches people to be uncomfortable or to be comfortable with disagreement and to learn how to disagree productively is so essential at the moment, and it's unfortunate that that's not happening.
Yeah, but Liam, goodness gracious, that's what civics is all about.
Right.
Civics is all about, hearing different things, what different people thought about different things, how we moved forward. I mean, goodness gracious, if you're arguing about civics.
Yeah. One thing people should keep in mind is that this can be done. This has been done. The most popular civics course in the country, the AP U.S. Government and Politics course, it's taught in red districts, it's taught in blue districts. You can get credit for it at the reddest colleges, at the bluest colleges. People got in a room and hashed it out and made a curriculum that worked. If you get in your corners and you don't have those conversations, what happens? Nobody wins because civics gets taught less.
Okay, that works, and that has worked. What can a civics teacher right now, listening, watching, whatever, what can they take from that?
I think that they can take from that there is a way forward here, and that there are possibilities in the classroom, as we were talking about, to ground your sort of teaching in those founding documents, but also to say to your school and district leaders, look at these examples where we're doing this right, and let's move in that direction.
Yeah, are we trying to move in that direction, or are we still kind of stuck in sand?
It depends maybe where you're looking, because education is such a hyper-local issue. But I hope we are starting to. We talked about this a little bit off air, that there's a sort of cyclicality sometimes to this.
Yes.
I think we might be at sort of one of those troughs, and then I'm hoping we're going to see that.
All right.
That bounce.
If we see
that's
it,
that's what I'm sticking with.
We're going to ask you back on the show if
Okay.
we see it. Liam Julian, again, O'Connor Institute for American Democracy. Good to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.